Guys, we're doing our monthly giveaway stuff again, so don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button in order to enter and be qualified. Guys, we're doing our monthly giveaway stuff again, so don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button in order to enter and be qualified. What's up, guys? Frost here again. So, do you think Pokemon Go has gotten you guys more exercise, or is it pretty much just the same? So, one of the things I came across today was a super, in my opinion, what I thought would be rare raid over in Atlantic City. And I decided to take advantage of it, as you're going to see up on the screen in a second, because it's probably the most retarded and lame, boring, pointless, useless raid in the game at all. So I decided to do the logical thing and fight it in a raid with the most useless, pointless Pokemon in the game. So, as you can see, I decided to have Magikarp versus Unown Pokemon. It was a fight to the death. I switched between a few. Actually, the powers that the Unown Pokemon use are actually kind of cool. They're psychic, but they do look kind of cool. Each one makes its own kind of little animation. I mean, it's no big deal. It's kind of either spins or, you know, whatever. But I was fighting a giant Magikarp, and the place stunk like fish. It was just old salmon. It just smelled like a Chinese meat market. It was pretty bad in there. So, you know, it wasn't that difficult to beat, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, they really did this? Like, a Magikarp? Really? So this is what they're down to? Because right next door was a raid having to do with Lugia, which of course there was only one person at me, so I just didn't do it because it was pointless. And I looked to the left and I just see a Magikarp jumping around with a raid, and I'm like, I have to. So I walked on over to the next building, and there it was, Magic. I couldn't believe my eyes. I don't get it. Why would you even have a raid and the raid boss is a Magikarp? And then at the end, after you beat it, it says, you know, like, bonus challenge. And then it lets you use a Master Ball to catch a Magikarp. I was in awe of this process and just could not believe my eyes that I had sunk that low. Now, long way twisted, like, if it would have been like a shiny Magikarp in a raid, that would have been pretty cool. No, this was a regular old, and then like the Magikarp I got at the end was like a CP of like 44. It didn't even really matter, but it was kind of cool. I mean, I got a couple of the rare candies and stuff, so I guess I can't complain. But as I looked around today, I was noticing it just seems like the when the raids first came out, they were all, you know, level 3s or 4s or, you know, whatever. And all of a sudden I'm seeing these level 1 raids popping up all over the place, like Magikarps. I mean, I have not seen a Pidgey yet. Okay, I have not. If that happens, actually, I don't know what's worse, Pidgey or I don't know. You know, but then I'm like, okay, well, something like Manchomp and stuff like that, Cloyster. It's just kind of, it was just weird. Like, some of these raids I see popping up are just these low, almost, I don't want to call them entry-level types of raids, but I really don't know what's going on now. I've heard things having to do with the shiny Pokemon, because everybody knows I'm kind of adamant that they need to start really kicking in with this whole shiny stuff. But, you know, I have heard the next time it's going to be a legendary and a shiny. I don't know how true. I don't think that's true. I put like maybe 10 to 15% faith in that in comparison to anything else. Just because it doesn't really make any sense in order for them to release a shiny and a legendary all at the same time. In their business model, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, they did not, you know, even though people don't seem to understand this, they were never planning on releasing 2 legendaries at the same time. They did it because they didn't have a choice because of all the crazy screw-ups that happened over in Pokefest. Originally, all it was supposed to be was just, I believe it was just supposed to be Lugia at first. And they did Articuno because of, well, they couldn't get anything to work. Now, Pokemon Go, or Niantic, whatever you feel like calling them today, they're pretty much blaming the networks and everything now. I don't, it's not just their fault. So like I was saying, I mean, I know they're blaming kind of the networks and everything else, but it's really kind of on Niantic because they did not have everything tested for everything they tried to do. Now, the other problem is that people are kind of complaining. There's actually a lawsuit going on right now, which I'm going to maybe talk about in the next video, because there's actually a class action lawsuit that I'm going to be honest, I don't agree with, but I'll get into that another time. You know, but I'll get into that another time. That could take you down a whole huge little rabbit hole there. So, I mean, basically what I had to try to do was, you know, obviously it was a private event for people who bought tickets to it. It wasn't for the general public to just kind of, you know, wander in for free. Although I still believe to this day it should have been, but I guess I can understand seeing as how, I mean, it would have been a madhouse otherwise. I mean, it would have been pretty bad. But either way, so I digress. Basically what they did was they had this fenced out area around the park, and that's fine. But the problem is that they had it took 2 to 3 hours for anybody to actually get in because the entrances were ridiculously small, and they were checking the tickets twice. They thought they were like Santa Claus's naughty or nice list. And, you know, they wanted to check bags, obviously, because of security issues. God only knows. In this world, you kind of have to. I mean, I don't know if anybody's gone to a theme park these days or any type of stadium event, but that's just the way it is now. I mean, they have to check your bags, they have to check everything, because unfortunately there's morons out there who like to do dumb shit, like blow stuff up. You know what I mean? So, you have to be security conscious. Sorry for my language, but it just aggravates me that there are people out there who take innocent lives for absolutely no purpose. I mean, this is an event with kids. I mean, for the love of God, people, stop. You know, and from my understanding, there were a couple of things where people try to get knives in and stuff, and they said it was for, like, come on, man, you're at a Pokemon Go Fest. Really? You need a knife to protect? From who? Pikachu? What, Pikachu's going to attack you? Are you afraid of getting raped in the back alley and Squirtle and Charmander and Pikachu are just going to do you up? I mean, get the hell out of here. But that's basically what happened, and so there were a lot of lines and a lot of problems, and people were trying to sneak alcohol in, and, I mean, it was just, you know, so... You know, the whole thing with the network and stuff. So they gave out the 2 legendaries. Not that was pretty good, along with, they refunded everybody's money. So, you know, I mean, who the heck knows? But, yeah, these raids are, they're getting a little bit out of control. So you either have the raid where you can go to and kill it by yourself in pretty much no time with the, you know, biggest joke Pokemon in the world, the unknown Pokemon. And beat a Magikarp. So, hey, listen, you beat a raid. Congratulations. I guess maybe that's what they designed it for. I don't know, but it's pretty stupid. Maybe the lower level people. I don't know. I just don't feel good about fighting a Magikarp and saying, hey, I beat a raid. Well, yeah, you did beat a raid, but really? So, yeah, I feel pretty pathetic doing that, but it is just kind of what it is. I mean, you could basically kill it with anything. So, if maybe it's like a practice thing. I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, and then right next, I mean, it's just kind of weird, because then right next to it's like a Dragonite one, and then there was the Lugia Legendary Raid, which I, you know, still have problems finding groups of people that, like, I have an entire boardwalk of human beings and kids and adults and families and a beach at my disposal, and it's still difficult. I mean, it really is. Like, there's right next to the building that I work at, there is a major gym, and I mean a major gym, where every day there is the legendary raid there at the same time, and it's still difficult to get, you know, 7, 8 people together to play. I mean, there's been crowds of people there, and just everybody's not in the same. It's a pain in the neck. But anyway, guys, that's it for me. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, tell your families, goldfish, and gophers. Don't forget about the PS4 giveaway, and I'll catch you guys next time. Later.